Welcome to the Tez Down podcast. How you guys doing today? I am Tez. I'm your host, and I'm here to talk to you guys about what's been going on in these spaces. So, today's episode is going to be pretty smooth and streamlined. All right, guys. Um, so I had planned to do a little bit of football talk with y'all, but I feel like I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that probably either Uncle Plug Show or the DDOG podcast. So I'm going to give you guys a Tez Down on what we're going to do today. Today, we're going to talk about what's going on in Chicago, how there's a mess brewing on multiple sides, and then we're going to take a look at the dark side of content creation. We're going to check in with the classic codes, also check in and see how everything is going with these people. And there might be a person or two that you guys could not like or get offended by. And you know what? It's okay if you get offended. It's perfectly okay. I totally understand if you do. But I want to keep an open mind here. And I think you should too. So without further ado, let's move forward to our Tez Down podcast episode of the day. Let's go. We're going to start off with Chicago.
To carry a gun in the state of Illinois if you have the proper licenses. But some black gun owners say their rights are being violated. CBS News Chicago investigator Dorothy Tucker uncovered several cases where they were stopped by police and charged with felonies despite having everything in order, leaving them to pick up the pieces of their lives.
We did something that's never been done before, watermelon cheesecake.
A cheesecake tasting in the south suburbs. Louis McWilliams' dream is to grow his business.
I'm just gonna blow you away.
I like it.
All was good
Oh my God, it's so good.
I told you.
This is like a Jolly Rancher.
until this.
Right, like you're saying right now, Mr. McGoody.
I'm an entrepreneur. I have a company, a cheesecake company called Ann's Flavored Cheesecakes.
At the time of this interview, Louis faced a felony charge.
This has been very traumatic for me. I feel like my rights was violated.
His Second Amendment rights.
They
Louis
were
is
violated.
an avid gun owner.
Just get me the AR top in the middle.
In April, Louis was pulled over on the south side, West 79th Street.
What's up,
He had
Big Sco?
a
How you doing,
front
man?
plate.
Nice to see you in here bright and early in the morning.
The first thing he did, tell the officers he had a gun.
Okay, where's your firearm?
On my side.
Okay, you got your concealed carry license?
According to state law, in order to carry a legal gun in your car, you need a firearms license, better known as a FOID card, and a concealed and carry license, commonly called a CCL. This is Louis's card, and it's valid. That's what he handed the officers.
So if you guys didn't know, there's an ongoing legal battle going on in Illinois about the legality of the FOID card. A lot of states don't require you to have a firearm owner's identification card. They think that's a little bit overkill because you have to remember that having a FOID card alone does not mean that you get to have a gun or carry it on your person or have it in your vehicle or any of those things that other states are allowed to have. A lot of other states are allowed to have. So it's basically a way for them to tax you more for the same rights, if you know what I'm saying. So if that makes any sense, if you guys aren't familiar with that, and you're not from around, these northern parts, and you guys have different rules, fill me in on what you guys' rules are and what you guys are doing. I want to know what other states have if I haven't, been privy enough to search it myself. I would love to hear it. Give me some dialogue on it, guys. What do y'all think? Y'all think is a FOID card a good idea or a bad idea?
He looks at him. He said, okay, cool, this is perfect.
Only it wasn't.
Concealed carry, it didn't pop up.
Oh.
It didn't pop up on LEADS, the database operated by the Illinois State Police.
You just step out from
Police recommended Louis be charged with 2 felonies.
Like you're saying right now, Mr. McGoody, because we can't verify your concealed carry, okay?
And look here, prosecutors approved the charges.
He never should have been charged.
Irv Miller is a former prosecutor, once in charge of reviewing police cases.
He showed them a valid CCL card. Not only did they see it, they actually took possession of it and inventoried it.
I haven't got the new one yet.
It's right there in CPD's inventory sheet. So why was Louis arrested? That's a question we wanted to ask Superintendent Larry Snelling, but he declined an interview. So we reached out to state police. Because anytime an officer pulls over a driver who has a gun, the first thing they do is check the state's database to see if that
What's
driver
to do?
has a valid FOID and CCL.
Oh, okay.
So here's the question we asked the state. If a driver like Lewis actually hands the police a valid CCL, but the officers don't see the information in the state's database, what should they do? The state replied, the officers should not take any law enforcement action as it relates to a potential FOID CCL violation. That's what Lewis expected, and what he was told later as he stood in a jail cell.
And if this comes back clean, yeah, then they just let you go, apologize, and let you go about your day.
That's not what happened. Lewis spent 24 traumatic hours behind bars.
It was just deplorable. There were roaches falling from the ceiling.
All of this because of illegal everything.
Yeah, I can't tell you why.
I need somebody to tell me, man.
Worse than the jail conditions? A missed business opportunity.
That day, I had a meeting. Could not do the meeting that day because I was arrested. By losing that, I might have lost the franchise.
Lewis also lost time, lots of it. He was in and out of court fighting to get the charges dismissed and his impounded car returned.
I know this is a system, so let's hope
It's ridiculous, man.
It wasn't until mid-June, 3 months after he was stopped, that the case was finally dismissed.
I'm very excited for him, but this is not the end.
Next step, more money spent to expunge the case, so his arrest won't show up in a background check.
And all of this for somebody who did nothing wrong?
Correct.
Your joy is a little bit...
Dampered, yes. Totally dampered, because now this is a much longer process.
It's nearly impossible to know how many drivers like Lewis are wrongly charged with unlawful gun possession that are later dismissed. Neither the CPD or the Cook County State's Attorney's Office track it.
Because we got to confirm whether it's actually valid or not.
We did find a handful of lawsuits accusing police of violating the rights of legal gun owners.
And I'm sitting in here in the back of a squad car because my license expired, but I renewed it.
One of those, an irate Lucy Washington.
And it's not my fault that you guys didn't get it in your system.
I'm an entrepreneur, a loving mother. I do everything from real estate.
Can't wait to get my guys in here to look at the floors.
To rehabbing.
Here's Lucy's story.
Hi, I had something wrong with my back.
In December of 2023, she was stopped for failing to put on her turn signal. Without hesitation, she volunteers.
I am concealed and carry.
As a single woman, Lucy carries a gun for protection.
I have it.
My love, your CCL expired.
I know, but if you pull it up, it'll show that I already tried to renew it.
Lucy tries to explain that the email showing proof she renewed is on her phone.
My phone and fell.
Only she can't find it. This is the email from the state Lucy was trying to show the police. It says if you apply for renewal, you're eligible to possess a license.
Oh my God, are you serious? Can I please look for my phone? Please, give me like 5 more minutes to look for my phone.
And it sounds like the officers weren't going to accept the email under any circumstances.
They weren't.
But it's not in our system, Lucy. It's not in our system.
I freaked out, especially when I was told that I was going to be charged with a felony. I'm like, I can lose my broker license.
Like Lewis, Lucy's
Ray, how
felony
you doing?
charge was eventually dismissed. She also got the case expunged, but she's still living with the trauma.
If you search a property that is in my name, my mugshot shows up next to it. It's embarrassing. You know, how do I explain to someone like, oh no, I was innocent?
If they did nothing wrong, again, why were Lewis and Lucy arrested? We posed that question to Phil Smith.
And I'm honored to testify today.
Smith is a president and founder of the National African American Gun Association. Membership, more than 50,000.
Outrage, anger, frustration. Not again. Those are the conversations and statements that are going in my head when I hear about another black person being stopped illegally, being arrested illegally when they've had all their stuff together.
While there's no data that tracks race in these types of gun arrests, Smith points to America's disturbing history of black people with guns being unjustly killed by police.
If you look at other communities, they have firearms all over the place, and it's okay. They go to Macy's, they go to Walmart, they go shoot and hunt, and it's okay.
This is so ridiculous, bro.
I felt defeated, you know? I felt defeated. And I felt like nobody had my back.
I just feel like the rights that I've been given, the constitutional rights to have it, that the police officers didn't stand up for.
These cops, man, killing me, bro.
Since the arrest, Lewis has been struggling to rebuild his cheesecake business. He blames police for the setback and plans to sue the department.
Yes, it is their fault.
No matter how much you follow a system of which they create, they can still deem you wrong.
At this point, both Lewis and Lucy are still waiting to get their legally purchased guns back from CPD. Both the state's attorney's office and the state police declined to be interviewed. Dorothy Tucker, CBS News Chicago, investigators.
Our team is working to find out just how often this happens. If this happened to you,
they need to go and check not just the guns, but they need to go and check on all of the traffic stops. They need to check on all of the traffic stops. Most of the traffic stops, from what I've seen, are not legal. So if the traffic stops aren't legal and this is what they're doing to people, imagine how many people have gotten records or this internet. You can just look them up and find something crazy that happened to them and there's no additional information. What up, Souls? How you doing today, man? Good showing y'all last night. I definitely was watching and then had to jump in myself, but it was definitely a good show last night on the No Middleman podcast. Y'all go check that out if you haven't checked it out yet. But right now we're talking about how CPD and other agencies have been pulling people over and basically not bothering to even care about any representation or documents or any registration that you might have. They will say what they want to say. If they want to arrest you, they're going to arrest you regardless. You know, there's almost no way you can get out of it when they want you. And that's a problem. That's a huge issue. You know, the police are not there to make charges for the public. They're there to protect and to serve the public. They are not there to make charges for the public. You know, coming up with stuff. They could have wrote this lady a ticket real easily and be like, hey, I see that you have your registration and that you needs to be renewed. And what is this, a week to expired? If you don't have the paperwork, get it. But I'm going to write you a warning for this. They could have easily done that because she had the right documentation there. And if they would have given her time to find the documentation, she might have even came up with it even more. But their systems being outdated and their systems not working has nothing to do with the general public. What's the point of even having it? What if they would have said, oh, your driver's license is expired, so we're going to arrest you on not having a valid driver's license? That's ridiculous. And then you got to pay all those fines. You got to pay for the expungement. You got to find new lawyers. It becomes costly on your part because they made a judgmental mistake. So, I mean, we don't want to deal too much with this anymore. We're going to dive into the dark side of content creation. And we got a banger of a show for you guys today. There's a couple of videos that we're going to play. I don't know if you guys know any of these people, but you're going to meet them. But we're going to start out first with our boy, Classic.
He agreed, disagreed, agreed, and then disagreed again within the same 12 seconds. Hold on, folks. This shit unprecedented.
22. I do feel like once we start to separate the saying famous and celebrity,
but I
just put in
that
you anointed.
No, I believe that, but I also think we are celebrities and famous. Like I don't think, because I rejected that. I'm like, bro, I'm not famous. I'm not no celebrity, bro. We just want to do what we do. Yeah, I'm just making videos on the internet, bro. I'm not but.
I agree. We're anointed. But I also believe that we're celebrities and we're famous. I rejected that. Bro, I'm not no celebrity. I'm not famous. Man, what do you believe, bro? I'm listening. What do you believe, bro? Because I'm confused.
But it's deeper, it's bigger than that because it's somebody watching you that does not look at you like you just who. When you look in the mirror, you see Kev, you see who you are. But when someone else look at you, they see something that they want to be.
That's why I feel like I'm famous or a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because those people don't know me for me.
But they see God.
Like you're going into this in this whole situation, and I watched this when it was live yesterday, and I thought the same thing. How you keep saying one thing and going back and doing another? How do you keep saying that you're one thing, that you're not this thing, you're one thing, you're not this? And look, it's cool if you're a celebrity. It's perfectly okay if you're famous. The thing is, you don't want the negative connotations that goes along with it, but you do want the recognition, you do want the money, and you do want the attention. So just accept it. It is what it is. Either you're famous or you're not. Are you famous? Because if I'm famous, I'm going to tell you I'm famous. If you ask. If you're a celebrity, I'm going to tell you I'm a celebrity if I am. But if I'm not, then I'm not. But there's no way that I'm going to be on a show with all these guys who have all of this money, made all these songs, were in all of these music videos, were in all of these TV shows, and there's no way I'm going to do that. And they come back and say, oh, I'm not famous. Then what are you then? What do you call it? I want to know.
Hands on you. That's
No,
all
for sure.
They see the, no, I'm
separating those two.
Yeah.
I think God's hand on my life, plan on my life is one thing.
Yes, sir.
And then the way the world sees me or, how I'm perceived is a separate thing. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
No, I don't get what he's saying. Don't agree with that bullshit. It's all in alignment, fam. It's all in alignment. What NLE Chopper said made perfect. What NLE Chopper said made perfect sense. It's all in perfect alignment, fam. He used Jesus as an example. He said Jesus was anointed, he was exalted, he was a prophet, and so he also was criticized, he also was ridiculed, he also was hated, he also was that. So you as a celebrity or an anointed person, you get the ridicule, you get the hate, you get the criticism. It all goes hand in hand. It's all in alignment. So that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that he's comfortable with the reality of that. And so he, for himself, makes it make sense a different way to feel better about the reality of it. I think embracing harsh reality would benefit a lot of men today. With so much working against men being men and like manhood being appropriate and acceptable, a lot of people have to get to a place and a space where they understand that some of the truths are a little daunting, if you will. Let me catch up on the chat. Ted said they're upset, which is stupid. They went viral and think we aren't allowed to critique and converse. Soft Rain said, I'll pass the belt. Yeah, pass the belt. Pass me the belt. Because I'm tired of this shit. The Tez Down said, this is nuts. What is his real opinion? Yeah, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was glitching. Mal said he wants to be liked really bad. That's what I'm hearing. When people talk on both sides of the fence and they play and they just jumping back and forth, playing monkey in the middle and just talking on both sides of the fence over and over, Mal's his psychoanalysis is 100% correct. This guy wants to be liked by everybody. He don't want to pick a side because the people on the other side ain't gonna fuck with you. So he want to be cool.
Yeah, and that's the major problem. So this goes right in on the dark side of content creation today. When you are in a space like this, when you're in a space and you're allowed to, and I say allowed to because there are some places in the world where you can't do this. If you're allowed to give your opinion, you're allowed to talk to people about the things that you witness in the world and your perspective that you get from it, you have a certain responsibility to either have an opinion or not to have an opinion. I mean, even on a show like mine, where we develop our opinions in real time, we still have a clear opinion of what's going on. Now, 5 minutes down the line after watching something, our opinion might change, but your opinion changes because of relevant and pertinent facts that are introduced in the midst of a conundrum. I will say that again. Your opinion is allowed to change when you have relevant and pertinent facts that are introduced in the middle of a conundrum. I'm not going to say it 3 times fast, but I definitely did say it. It's okay to say, I'm going to rest on my laurels. Yeah, that's fine until you find out that your laurels don't have a foundation. If your laurels don't have a foundation, then that means that your opinion is mush. Your opinion it won't stand up against heavy rain. It won't stand up against a flood. It won't stand up against the wind blowing. It definitely can't handle a hurricane, a tsunami, tornado, or any of those things. You know, I'm just trying to offer that there is perspective out there if you seek it. There are facts out there if you seek the facts. But being an amorphous blob so people can like you is not good for your soul. It's not good for your personality, and it's definitely not good for a brand if you have one. Me personally, I believe that in 2025, everyone has a brand. How much you put into that brand, how much you market that brand, how much you put that brand on display is on you. But everybody has a brand because everything is money. I truly believe that most of the people in this country have numbers on them, just like, I don't know, barcodes do, because the country views us all as products. So if you have a number, a long, drawn out, 8-digit, 9-digit number, then you're a product, right? If you don't believe me, go check your number, your product number, your credit score. You're a product. In this place anyway. You're not just simply a human being, you're a product. Some might say, I don't know, livestock or produce, but it's the truth, whether we like it or not. That's why you pay a tax when you're born, and that's why you pay a tax when you die. There is a tax on dying, believe it or not. I mean, how do you charge a dead person money? I don't know, but there is a tax on it. So most people try to avoid it simply because they can't afford to die. So, I mean, we're going to move, continuing into this. You know, it was brought up about amorphous blobs of people who don't have real opinions just so people can like them. And right now, the internet revival, I want to call it, is on the way. And there are some mainstream content creators who are under fire right now for some of the things that they did, said, or anything. Like we said last night, anyone can look you up. What they find is might be a mix of truth. It might be a mix of fiction. But in this case, in this instance, we're going to find out right now as we go and dive into why this content creator is getting so much hate lately. And I believe that I said something about this before.
Kai easily the fakest human in streaming. Stop putting Kai Cenat on my timeline. I hate looking at stupid people. This dude Kai is honestly the most corporate and soulless streamer I have ever seen. Nothing he does is actually genuine. These are just a few of the countless tweets and comments reflecting how people feel about Kai Cenat in 2025. But go back just a year ago and he was celebrated as being the biggest streamer on the platform, beloved for his generosity.
What you like to do? I just work. I be playing, bro. I be trying to stream too, but my PC. Yeah.
Now that's something that I would definitely say and put that up at the forefront. He is a generous dude from what I've seen. He's giving money to schools. He's giving money to people on the street. He's rated random streamers streams to give them money. So, like I said, this is an opinion that we're forming. I don't know that much about the guy. I just know that, I was before his time, and so just because I'm before somebody's time doesn't make them less relevant, or that doesn't make them, less anything. I'm just saying that from my perspective, it doesn't necessarily look real. And I might be proven wrong. The basis of this video is to give us information, and it's definitely to give me information. So I'm learning just like you guys are in this one.
Yeah, bro. We gonna get your PC then.
And admired for the genuine appreciation he showed for his fans.
Yo! What's good, bro? This is my dream. It's a dream? Yeah! My boy! I love you, man. Yeah!
So what happened? How did Kai manage to fumble the mountains of audience goodwill he'd built up over the years and become so hated? Especially since he wasn't exposed for doing something horrendous like Dr. Disrespect, or ruined his reputation with deplorable stunts like Johnny Somali. Well, in Kai's case, his downfall is the result of many smaller missteps piling up over time. From his botched promises to build a school in Nigeria.
I want to do as much as I can to help you guys and just be able to make sure you guys get better classrooms and stuff like that. Whatever they tell me you guys need, we're gonna make sure you guys have good stuff, okay?
To the way he's been treating his fellow streamers as of late.
Wait, what? Kai's doing IRL? What? All right, chat. I'm gonna go to the gym, bro. I don't even know what's going on. All right, I'm gonna see y'all boys, bro. I tried to set up attorney. I don't know.
And to top it all off, he's losing the relatability factor that made him popular in the first place, alienating his audience and turning them against everything he does. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we're...
So yeah, we're gonna talk about that for a second, okay? So from what I've gathered so far is that he had a couple of failed ventures that he was trying to do, and that is where all of this backlash is coming from. Not just from the fact that sometimes the streams are kind of annoying, but other than that, it seems like they're upset because he didn't do what he said he was going to do. And I think that as a man, we all know that if you don't do what you say you're going to do, people are going to have problems with you. I will. If you promise me you're going to do something and you don't do it, I'm never going to give you a chance to disappoint me ever again.
taking a closer look at why Kai Cenat is becoming so hated by the internet, the many incidents that led to this situation, and what, if anything, he can do to save his career from completely collapsing in the near future. That said, if you want to save my channel from a similar fate, all you have to do is subscribe. So hit that red subscribe button and let's get on with it.
Yeah, give the Internet Anarchist subscribe. I do like their videos, but if you haven't subscribed to me, what are you doing? What are you doing if you haven't subscribed to me? I mean, I'm just in here in my lavish space that I look like I'm in, talking to you on my time. You know, I got stuff to do, but I'm spending it with you. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. I wish I could say super chat, but we're not there yet, guys. But you can share it to your friends. You can share it to your stories on Instagram, on Snapchat, on TikTok. I mean, you could even share it on Facebook. We all know how we feel about Facebook. But yeah, go ahead, subscribe. I'm waiting. I'm not gonna wait that long though. I got stuff to do.
The video. For a large portion of his current fans, Kai is someone who came out of nowhere and was dominating the streaming space in no time. To them, he was an overnight success, effortlessly outshining everyone else in the streaming world. This perception has led many, including Kanye West, to label him as nothing more than an industry plant.
You know, we out here stepping away from Adidas, like the shit that Kai sent to Mike, that's some industry plant shit. He gonna be talking shit about my pants.
So he's an industry plant.
Of course, he's the opposite. Total, fucking, that exact genre is the most industry plant.
However, while that's still a possibility, the idea that Kai came out of nowhere couldn't be further from the truth. Because in reality, Kai's been trying to become a successful content creator since 2015, when he was just 13 years old. He started with sketches and random videos on Facebook and Instagram before making his way to YouTube in 2018. He didn't see much growth in the years leading up to his YouTube debut, but that didn't stop him from trying again on a new platform. You see, Kai didn't see much financial stability growing up. He was raised by a single mother doing her best to make ends meet. Their family was even forced to stay at a homeless shelter at one point.
He was in the shelter, bro. I don't tell nobody that. I still have shelter sheets in my crib in New York.
So in his mind, making it big on the internet was his only chance at attaining a better life for himself and his family. And after a few more years of hard work, it paid off. He became close friends with another like-minded YouTuber named Phanom, which in turn allowed him to become part of the AMP group. This was a big break Kai had been looking for the past 5 years. He reached nearly 370,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and was consistently getting around 200,000 views per video. This growth also gave him the confidence to go all in and drop out of college the same year as well.
I officially dropped out of college. The college videos is what made this channel. I'm not even gonna lie. But let me tell y'all something, man. When you know that something is holding you back from getting to the next level, it's like you just had to sacrifice that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to miss college deal. But I just came to a realization that it was actually holding me back in the long run. Off camera, it was just stressing me out. Homework, having things coming on that time when I had to focus on you guys. If I know that my dream could work, I'm gonna put it before.
He later transitioned to live streaming on Twitch in February 2021, and it was only uphill from there. He rose through Twitch's ranks over the next couple of years, becoming a fairly well-known figure on the platform by 2023, with his viewership lying somewhere between 200,000 to 300,000 live viewers every stream. This, on its own, was insane growth for someone who essentially came from nothing and worked for years to reach this level. But just when people thought he'd reached his peak, Kai did something that skyrocketed his career to heights no one thought was possible. In January 2023, he began his month-long subathon called Marthiathon. This ended up becoming one of the biggest events in the platform's history, propelling Kai to become one of the most subscribed Twitch streamers of all time, with over 326,000 peak subs by the end of February. while he lost this title to Iron Mouse a few months later, he came back even stronger with Mafiathon 2 in November of 2024, and ended up taking the #1 spot back with over 728,000 paid subs to his name.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
Suffice it to say, Kai seemed unstoppable at this point. But fast forward to 2025, and the love and support people once had for Kai is eroding with every passing day. He is by no means a struggling creator when it comes to raw metrics. However, the general sentiment surrounding him tells a completely different story. Where he was once considered the ideal streamer, a classic case of making the right person famous, many on the internet now see him as someone who, quote, ruined a generation. Which brings us back to the question we posed in the beginning of this video. Why? As we briefly touched on earlier, Kai's downfall isn't the result of one massive controversy that tanked his career. Instead, it's the result of many smaller mistakes and a shift in his priorities, eroding the trust people had in him over time. Now, Kai has made plenty of blunders over the years, from teaming up with Mr. Beast to fake setting fireworks off inside his house, to getting temporarily banned from Twitch on 9 different occasions. Then there was the disaster he caused in New York City in August of 2023, when he promised an in-person PlayStation 5 giveaway to his millions of fans without any preparations. The result was a large unruly crowd that quickly turned into a full-blown riot.
New York police say Kai Cenat promised his more than 6 million Twitch followers that he would have free PlayStation 5s to give away at this event.
Kai was even arrested and charged with the crime of inciting a riot. However, while some of these missteps resulted in noticeable backlash, like when he invited convicted domestic abuser Chris Brown onto his stream during Mafiathon 2, or when he and his crew nearly ended the lives of 2 innocent animals during other streams.
See, like, it kind of bothers me a little bit, and I'll tell you why this bothers me. So they dragged this man relentlessly for about 2 weeks after he allowed Chris Brown to be on his show, or had Chris Brown on his show as one of his guests. The same people who worship Chris Brown also dragged Kai Cenat for having Chris Brown on the show. So if you're gonna drag him and cancel him, but pay all this money to go to his shows, pay money for him to have pictures grabbing your butt and all of that, but you upset with this younger dude, Kai, for having him on the show. I don't understand it. So it's kind of like, once again, being on both sides. Is this okay? Is this not okay? Is he okay? Is he not okay? I don't know. Somebody tell me, because it really does start to confuse me after a while. It really does.
None of these mistakes really impacted his career in a negative way in the long run. In fact, things like the New York City riot and the subsequent headlines only brought more attention to him and his streams, allowing him to reach an even wider audience. Instead, the factors that are actually dragging down his reputation are far more recent. Most of them also center on the core idea of him being a fake poser, someone who only says and does what will push his content further. And there's no better example of this than his unfulfilled promises to build a school in one of the poorest regions of Nigeria.
Now, see, that's one of the things that I can actually think that I believe about him. I do believe that he's a character that will do whatever to remain relevant and to be famous and to push his content forward and to get people to watch it. You know, I believe in having conviction in what you do. But if your only goal is to make money, if your only goal is to bring people in to watch you do this so you can make money, then of course you'll do whatever. You'll have whoever on your show. You'll talk about whatever. You won't take any real opinions or any stands on anything. And you just allow yourself to be this, once again, amorphous blob without a real opinion, so everyone will like you. Let me tell you what I think. I think that if everybody likes you, then you're not a real person. You're a character. You might be a real person portraying a character in real life every single day, IRL as we call it online, but you're not a real person. If you don't have an opinion ever, a true opinion, or if you just try to do what the popular crowd says to do because you want as many people like you as possible, because all you care about is making money, then yeah, that's what your content looks like. And then you want to get upset at people because we react to it when we see stuff like this. You have people in your house who you don't know. They probably are just now meeting you. Their managers and their agents told them to go to your house or wherever this content station is that you found. Because let me give you guys a little bit of a hint about this. These streamers, these low-level artists, I hate to call them low-level artists, but these non-super industry mainstream artists, They have managers and they have agents. Their managers and their agents set them up with a lifestyle. That lifestyle is then leveraged upon their potential fame. So they might be living in a mansion in Calabasas, as we saw with one of the true crime stories that we did, that they don't have any ownership to. That's how you end up living in Halle Berry's old mansion when you're up and coming. It's because you signed a contract that allows someone to have control over your talent for the next however many years that you signed the contract for. But in return, they're going to make your life look lavish. They're going to make sure that you have the right sponsorships so you can have the right jewelry sponsors, so you can wear jewelry that's not yours, by the way. It's a part of your deal. They're going to have you with the right clothes. They're going to have you with the right vehicles to own. Anything that's going to be able to grab attention for you. They're paying for your setups, your studios, the equipment that you have in your studio. Like everything in this studio was bought by me. Obviously, you guys are not going to see everything that's behind the scenes, but I know you guys are thinking that I'm doing this with my cell phone, because I'm definitely not. I think it's possible though in today's technology. I think it is possible, but hey, I'm still doing it, the way where, you get everything set up, external everything. You get it go external mic, external camera, headphones, different sound card inputs. I got the live setup in front of me right now, but they don't need to do that because they have the agents and the managers that'll give them everything that they need to make it work. And that's what happens. So yeah, they're getting invited to the manager's rented home, mansion usually, that they can have people in. They probably just now met this person, and then they're going to act up on the stream because hey, his stream is getting millions of views, and your solo career is not going the way we wanted it to. Let's get some more eyes on you. People are going to associate you with him, and it's mutually beneficial. His fans are going to be on there watching you. Your fans are going to be watching him. You guys are swapping up. Nice collaboration. Dap up when it's over, sign the contract, get paid, and leave. That's generally how it works, y'all. And if y'all don't believe me, you can go and search it yourself. You guys have Google. You guys have two thumbs, most of you anyway. If you don't have two thumbs, use a finger. If you got no fingers, use your elbow. And if you have nothing, then are you using voice prompts? Is my show voice prompt worthy? And if it is, thank you. Thank you if my show is voice prompt worthy if you have no hands. I wish that I could grow you some new ones, but that's just not how our species works. So let's go back to this video before we get on to the Piper Raquel situation. If you guys don't know who Piper Raquel is, you'll be finding out today after we get done with this.
It all started in March of 2024, when Kai visited Nigeria and witnessed the terrible living conditions in the Makoko region. There he met the young man running a local school and orphanage. But with little to no resources, dozens of students were crammed into tiny classrooms, while the orphans had to sleep on mattresses laid across school desks. After seeing the state of this essential facility, Kai stepped up and pledged to help the area with a brand new school built to modern standards.
I'm going to help you today, okay? I want to do as much as I can to help you guys and just be able to make sure you guys get better classrooms and stuff like that. Whatever they tell me you guys need, we're going to make sure you guys have good stuff, okay?
In addition to improving hundreds of lives, this commitment also worked wonders for Kai's reputation, as evident from the top comments under this video, reading, "The fact that he actually went into the slums and helped out the school there makes me respect him so much more. I'm a 45-year-old man, and it brought tears to my eyes to see that 23-year-old man ask for things for his students instead of himself. My respect has grown immensely for Kai and this trip." But then, over a year passed by, and Kai did not share a single update on how the school building project was going. This led many to question if any work was being done at all, or if the promises he made on camera were nothing more than PR stunts. The doubt reached its tipping point in August 2025, when an account named KickChamp made a tweet stating, "A YouTuber checked on the school Kai Cenat promised to rebuild, only to find no progress as it struggles to pay expenses and faces shutdown." The attached clip was from YouTuber Go With Ali, who visited Makoko a month earlier and featured a dilapidated school and orphanage in his video. An important thing to note here is that the facility shown in this video was completely unrelated to the one Kai promised to rebuild. KickChamp, whether by mistake or on purpose, framed it as if Ali was visiting the same school to highlight the supposed lack of progress. However, while the clip was misleading, the question this viral tweet brought up was not. Why hadn't Kai shared any update on the project he promoted over a year ago? What made the backlash from this even worse was the fact that Kai didn't donate a single penny to MrBeast's Team Water fundraiser, which promises a year of clean water for one person for every $1 donated. This is the biggest fundraiser MrBeast has ever done, with thousands of creators, including ourselves, not only donating, but also encouraging our communities to chip in as well. Kai, however, has remained radio silent on the matter. He didn't even pick up MrBeast's call when he tried to ask him about it during a charity stream.
See if he answers. Yeah, no answer. We tried, GG.
Aiden also offered to match Kai's donation 1-to-1 if he pledges $400,000 to the cause.
If Kai donates 400K, I'll go 400K. If Kai doesn't go 400K, I still got 100.
But this was met with the same silence from Kai as well, which combined with the lack of updates on his personal charity project does not look good for Kai. As a disappointed viewer puts it, first, he doesn't donate to Team Water, and now he's scamming his supporters absolutely shameless. That said, there are many who defend Kai regarding the Team Water situation, pointing out that charity is and should always be completely voluntary, and Mr. Beast calling him out on stream to peer pressure him wasn't a good idea to begin with. On the other hand, however, those who believe that Kai should have donated long before the situation reached this point, especially since he's more than happy to flaunt his wealth every chance he gets, and even got into an argument with XQC about which one of the two was richer.
And I know he gonna see this, and don't try to watch flex this with me, because we can do whatever you want to do. Watch for watch, house.
Oh no. Both hands in the air. I got AMP's entire net worth on a 1 USB stick and some sticker deposit box somewhere. Okay, buddy? We're not gonna go there.
But when it comes to giving money to a good cause, he's nowhere to be seen. Now, one valid reason some fans have brought up to explain Kai's absence from the Team Water charity is that he wants nothing to do with Adin Ross, which is a whole can of worms that's also one of the reasons behind people calling him a fake poser. You see, while Kai was somewhat successful when he first started on Twitch, he was nowhere near the top dog he is now. Back then, Adin Ross averaged nearly 45 times more viewers than Kai. This gap became smaller when Adin started inviting Kai to his live dating shows. Each one of these invitations effectively functioned as a shout out.
So what we're seeing is the dark side of collaboration as well. So this is a good part of the story that I wasn't familiar with. As you guys are probably not aware of, but Adin Ross was a very popular, still is, streamer. And Kai Cenat was able to go on his stream kind of often. And they were able to, once again, exchange followers, subscribers, and viewers. And, I just don't understand the animosity. Like, is everyone a big fat dragon in this life? Or are we all just big fat dragons to where there's no one else that can be with us? There's no one else that can try to gain anything while we're around. I have to be the biggest one in the room. Is that how we all are? I just don't think that's the way that it should be. I have no problem with everybody standing on their own 2 feet, but I also think that collaboration actually does wonders for everyone. Now, if someone gains more from a collaboration than I do, I'm not upset about it because I gained. That's the whole point. The whole point is to get bigger, especially in content creation. That is the whole point. You want to get bigger so you can quit your day job, whatever it may be. There have been professional athletes that have quit because they made more money on YouTube. There have been musicians that quit because they made more money on YouTube. Professional gamers like Kai, who made more money on YouTube. All of these things are relevant. The thing is, why does it have to be so much animosity and hatred that goes along with it? I don't think that there needs to be. I really don't.
From Adin, allowing Kai to reach a much bigger audience and build a sizable community of his own. Eventually, Kai also started copying Adin in content, with things like rapper streams, something Adin had been doing for years at this point. But despite Kai becoming a direct competitor, both stayed good friends and even exchanged expensive gifts on occasions like their birthdays. Even when Adin got banned from Twitch, Kai kept claiming that he'll make sure Adin is unbanned as soon as possible.
If there's a way I can get Adin unbanned by December, I would like to do some Christmas shit with him.
However, somewhere between that and when Adin got unbanned in March of this year, Kai's opinion on Adin changed completely. He went from genuinely trying to help his friend to capping about being happy for his unban.
Congratulations, that shit is so crazy. I hit him up.
That's nuts. Because I remember when Adin texted Kai and was like, yo, could you say something about this? This is unfair. How his son get unbanned after one day for saying somebody should be killed? And I didn't get unbanned. And this nigga Kai didn't even reply to Adin.
He started ignoring anything relating to Adin.
W Kai, man. W Kai. Call Kai. I'm gonna call Kai. He's probably just in the middle of something, you know what I mean? Streaming. Yeah, it's cool.
W's GB sticker of Kai.
And he even stopped picking up Adin's calls in private when just a few years earlier, he was relentlessly pestering Adin to include him in his streams. A fan summarized this perfectly on Twitter, stating, "So Kai completely tricked off of Adin and now just acts like he doesn't exist. How weird, considering Adin made Kai." The thing is, Adin and his community don't have the best reputation at this point. There are many straight up racists in his chat who start throwing slurs anytime a black person appears on stream. Kai also claimed that he stopped talking to Adin because his manager called him the N-word.
Kai was a white man, by the way. He proceeds to say, from Nike to McDonald's, but bro, keep it real, bro. Nigga, a chicken Big Mac, nigga? Nigga, a chicken Big Mac, nigga? He on my phone, calling me the N-word at 4 a.m. in the fucking morning. You supposed to be a nigga manager, and you What's up with you?
This response split the community into two. Those who believe that Kai is completely justified in distancing himself from Aiden over this, and the others who think that he should at least publicly acknowledge Aiden for his contributions to Kai's streaming career. To this second side, Kai looks like a total fake. Someone who got what he wanted from Aiden, then jumped ship the moment things got rocky. Though at least Kai has a somewhat justifiable reason for ignoring Aiden. But when it comes to Jinxie, there was no excuse for what he did, which in turn only added more fuel to the hate coming his way. Jinxie, for those who don't know, is an immensely popular streamer who became big playing Rainbow Six Siege. But with Siege becoming more unpopular with each passing day, Jinxie decided to play some other games and eventually landed on a mobile game called Clash Royale. And that's where Kai and his AMP crew come in. In July of this year, he hit up Jinxie and asked him if he could set up a Clash Royale tournament for his stream. Jinxie agreed, but nothing could have prepared him for the disrespect he was about to receive. It started with the AMP boy straight up ignoring Jinxie when he was trying to explain how to set things up.
Now, go to social, and then go to invite friends, a yellow button. Click that, and then you copy.
Hey, anybody in the chat want him?
Oh, tweet the player name.
He's single. Anybody in the chat want him? Anybody single in the chat?
What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you?
Chris, that want my man?
Chris, that ass right now. I don't want to battle, chat.
But if that wasn't bad enough, Kai somehow forgot about the tournament completely and started doing some IRL streaming instead. Something Jinxie only found out when his chat told him about it, resulting in him getting disappointed and ending the stream.
Wait, what? Kai's doing IRL? What? All right, chat. I'm gonna go to the gym, bro. I don't even know what's going on. All right, I'm gonna see y'all boys, bro. I tried to set up attorney. I don't know.
The least Kai could have done was inform Jinxie about the change of plans and apologize for wasting his time, but he didn't bother even telling him about it. This sparked an immediate wave of backlash, with Kai's own viewers spamming L's in the chat. Only then did he notice and try to fix things, but by that point, it was already too late.
Al Kai, what am I doing? Why does it say Al Kai? No, tell Jinxie. Matter of fact, no. Okay, yeah. I'm going to Jinxie, bro. You got out for real? Jinxie ended for real? Oh, God.
Not only was this incredibly disrespectful to Jinxie, it also further reinforced the idea of Kai being a fake who doesn't deserve the love and support he once had. Think of it this way, if Kai genuinely cared about the people around him, he would have never left Jinxie hanging like this. Instead, he's a fake who only cares about his viewership, which is why he only responded when his own chat turned against him. That said, Kai choosing to ignore inconvenient stuff until his own chat calls him out on it isn't a new thing. Remember the unbuilt Nigerian school we discussed earlier?
So this part right here is going to be where, not where we stop at, but where I give my opinion. Thanks, Big Sco. Shout out to Big Sco. He hit that like button, y'all. So if y'all don't know about how the content creation space works on here, you have to, number one, click the X on the chat box, and then you get to go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the external like button, not the hearts that are in the corner. So I'm gonna finish up with this part, but look, this is the part that's major for me and why I said what I said about this guy.
Well, as it turned out, Kai did give a response. According to him, the school is being worked on. However, the location makes the construction a lot more difficult than originally anticipated, and that it would now take more than 2 years to build the school. Alongside this, he also showed a clip of the work being done on location.
They are working very hard right now, removing what gotta be removed and like getting the school ready and shit.
The only issue with this response is that it only came after the backlash reached his own fandom and became a direct risk to his viewership and income. Would he have stayed silent if people didn't demand the truth so intensely? Another example of him ignoring the issue until he received backlash was when XQC called out the botting problem on his close friends' streams. You see, some of their streams went from averaging less than 1,000 views one day to over 60,000 the next, which, as XQC puts it, doesn't add up.
When the number is like that, it's just no good. Like it's not, and you compare some of these other guys sometimes, yeah, it's up and it just doesn't add up. That's motion, brother. 37% validated viewer, bro. 30% validated viewer. You have to be kidding me, right, brother? That's less than 30%, bro. That's 31% validation.
For those who don't know, a validated viewer is someone who is logged in with a proper account and is much less likely to be a bot. Unvalidated viewers, on the other hand, are ones that watch a stream without ever logging in. Typically, the number of unvalidated viewers is very low for most streamers. Let's take Kai's own Mafiathon 3 stream as an example, where less than 18,000 out of the 123,000 are unvalidated. This is normal. In contrast, nearly 70% of Rakai's viewers during the stream XQC mentioned were unvalidated and almost certainly bots. Now, XQC didn't accuse Rakai of purchasing bot views to inflate his own numbers. It could be a viewer who just wants to see Rakai become more popular, or anyone else really. However, streamers can easily see this discrepancy in their statistics. So even if he didn't buy the bot viewers himself, Rakai, and by extension Kai, should have resolved the issue on their own, or at least talked about it. But in typical Kai fashion, he chose to ignore the issue until XQC pointed it out, then got angry at him for it, and after receiving backlash, responded with a yap session that didn't include any rational arguments.
I'm gonna be honest, this is no bias, this is no nothing of aggression, this is nothing of negativity. It looked like you eating, gang. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny or mean. I'm gonna go ahead and say it looked like eating just a little bit. And I'm kind of tired of like going the whole road because I feel like the more I hold, it's not the first time. This is how it looked, Felix. This is me talking to Felix. This is me not really being on some shit. It looked like you're eating because it's like, it's a pattern. It's like everything, something is going good on this side, like you saying got to say. And then when you say it and I say something, it's you was joking.
As one commenter puts it, attacking the person instead of the argument is a sign of defeat. However, ignoring alleged bot viewers on his inner circle streams, avoiding accountability until receiving backlash, and leaving Jinxie hanging are just symptoms of a bigger problem, which, as we've discussed so far, is how fake has become for many of his viewers. Where he once represented the everyman, hanging out and having fun with his friends on camera, he's now a corporatized entity trying to bridge the streaming and traditional celebrity culture. To many of his longtime viewers, everything he says or does at this point feels rehearsed. His laugh and reactions seem less genuine.
And we're back. All right. Thank you guys for sticking around while we were figuring this out. I don't know what happened, why we crashed, but as we've said before, the powers that be don't always want me saying what I have to say. So that was the end of that one anyway. That was the end of that story. And I want to move forward and move on in another story that we have for you today. And that's what happens when a mother ruined her daughter's life by making her famous. There's a lot of heinous things that we're going to see that happen in the story. I haven't watched the entire video yet. I do know the story. You know, my daughter was a fan of this person for a little while until I had to chop when I saw what she was doing. I will talk more about the reasons why I had to do this and more about the dark side of content creation. But as you can see, that school was not built in Nigeria. Yes, some money was donated, but the school wasn't built. All that stuff that was given never really happened. You know, there's a whole bunch of extra stuff going on. There is a video that I want to show you guys about what happens when you piss off someone else in your same space. So, and that's, you guys might not have known that this happened recently. This was just a couple of weeks ago. Where is it? Let's load it up now so you guys can see it. But I think that I would have had the same reaction that this in the situation. I think I would have had the exact same reaction, if not a worse one. I'm gonna go back. Let you guys see this at good speed. This is at Casanet's Content House.
Y'all trying to talk to my daughter?
I know you recognize that voice.
Are you gonna go to the pool, bro?
No, I'm here. He's a YN, bro. That's a YN. I know they are. That's a YN. What? I speak, bro. He is. What is that? He is. Relax. What? You trying to talk to my daughter? Wait. What was you trying to do? I thought you talk to his daughter. I was trying to explain. Were you trying to talk to her? No. I was trying to explain to him that Melly is her favorite rapper.
That is what.
No,
I got murder in my mind, Melly.
Something boost, bro. What's up, Dad? What's up? You trying to talk to my daughter? No. I promise you.
I'm also 20.
Heaven?
He's a
Yeah,
child.
that's what I'm saying. No.
Heaven, shut it down. Let your father handle this.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Let me handle this.
Aren't you getting in the pool?
In a second, but I need to handle this first.
No, that's a YN, bro. That's a YN.
I need to make an example on these young
Oh, I bet. My bad, bro.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah, they're trying to save him. Kevin's
As a
being real.
father blood, I need to make an example. You understand me? I need to make an example, bro.
Kevin, chill, bro. Chill. Nigga, he's a YN, nigga. He's a YN, bro. Oh, you want to take it there?
I'm getting the pool to calm me down. To calm me down. Don't talk to mine. Don't talk to mine.
He's getting the water. You're not getting the water.
The thing is, this isn't a stunt by Kevin Hart at all.
Your watch. Don't forget your watch.
Why do you keep saying talking about watch? Real watches are waterproof.
No, but I went in the pool and my shit up.
Real watches are waterproof.
So go in with your watch then.
Yeah, it's fine.
So go in.
It's a Tiffany stamp.
So go in.
Doesn't everybody have one?
My AP up.
Wait, so what? Say it again.
Tiffany stamp protect.
Tiffany stamp protect.
It's an Aquanaut. Limited release.
Aquanaut?
It's not Aquanaut. It's not a.
So go in.
Nothing. 250. Whatever. Come on, let's go.
No. Fully closed. He's not doing it.
Kev, you're not gonna do it.
Also, I need to just point out that just because somebody else jumps off a bridge doesn't mean you need to. But they're all here. There's a whole bunch of content creators, Kevin Hart and other people that were there for this. And Kevin Hart has not gotten off the fact that this guy is trying to hit on his daughter for content creation, for viewing purposes. The guy doesn't really want Kevin Hart's daughter. That dude, Rakai, does not want Kevin Hart's daughter. He is hitting on her for content creation purposes, and Kevin Hart don't have it. He said, that's my daughter. I'm dad. Let me handle this. You be quiet. Or he's a YN. I don't care. I need to make an example of him. And dude know better than to try to step to Kevin Hart. Just saying, Kevin Hart got way more money than he do. Way more than all of them, to be honest.
Go. Go. No. I look at Rakai. Hey. Look at Totoa.
Hey, Rakai. Hold on.
Rakai, you gotta chill, bro.
What you keep doing with his daughter, bro? That's his daughter, man.
No, it's her. We're not young, bro. She's 20.
Kev.
I'm be honest
Put a
with you,
shirt on, bro.
That's the first time I almost whipped the nigga ass in a
Kev,
long
put a
time.
shirt on, bro.
I almost
Chill.
jumped on your ass.
Chill,
you hear me?
chill.
Don't you tell me what the f she is. Don't you tell me what she is. She came out my balls. That's my.
That's right. I have never seen this side. I've never seen this side of Kevin Hart before. I've never seen this side of him. But I'm telling you, I was not a Kevin Hart fan. I'm still not a Kevin Hart fan. But I like him a little bit more because of this situation. He said, don't tell me about what my daughter is. That's my daughter. She came out of my balls. Don't you ever. Let's see what happens next. I want to see. I'm going to rewind that. Kevin got real with him. Real rap raw.
Daughter, man.
No, it's her.
And on top of it, you got this fat duck, Drewski, trying to make sure that don't nothing go down. He's scared too. He ain't got no real fight in him neither. If he got, look, Drewski, I don't dislike you. I don't hate you. Nothing like that. I'm just saying that I have freedom of speech. And if you want to do something about it, we can get in the celebrity boxing ring. We can get a celebrity boxing ring, and I can knock you out too. All things said here are alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment of the masses. But you can get Tez downed. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. I'm just throwing it out there. If you want some real content creation, y'all gonna see him hitting the mat.
We're not young, bro. She's 20.
Kev. I'm be honest.
Put a
with you,
shirt on, bro.
That's the first time I almost whipped the nigga ass in a
Kev,
long
put a
time.
shirt on, bro.
I almost
Chill.
jumped on your ass.
Chill,
you hear me?
chill.
Don't you tell me what the she is.
Chill, man.
Don't you tell me what she is. She came out my balls. That's my daughter.
Hey, whoa.
Wait, what?
That's my kid.
They YNs.
That's
bro.
my
They
kid.
YNs.
No, but don't talk to me about what my daughter did.
I'm just telling you.
I know. I'm saying he's saying lawyer tone. You feel? Nah, fact.
Oh, no. Hey,
No, watch out.
Kev, I'm telling you.
He just told that man to lower his tone about his daughter. Nope. See, this is the thing. I guarantee you that if Kevin didn't have all that money, I guarantee you that if he didn't have all that money, he would have been jumped on dude. He would have been jumped on dude because I know I would have.
Give me a second.
Lower your tone.
No. He think because he coming here dressed like an African church goddamn minister that I won't jump on his ass. You hear me? No, man.
Pause.
They need to all back up off my daughter. I don't like this whole section. I don't like this whole section.
Talking to her, bro.
Clothes don't fit. The shoes is weird. Both y'all I don't trust you. And get your hands out your pockets because you look like you got some shit with you. I do. You got a gun on you?
This is the realest that I've ever seen Kevin Hart. This is the realest that I've ever seen this guy.
You bring a gun in here? I ain't never trusted with no shape up. I ain't never did it in my life. I ain't never trusted nigga. I know Miguel Nunez is fine. He's okay. What? Now, hold on now. He may have to get up out of here. He may have to get up out of here.
That's the one talking to her. He don't speak English.
Son, is he good or not?
Dad, can you? What's going on?
I don't like this. I don't like this energy over here, Hev.
What's your energy?
I'm making sure that they good.
All right.
You know how your father is.
You guys got like challenges to do or something?
Don't have it.
You should go do the challenge.
All right, let's change.
You're done. You're done with these conversations. Don't have another conversation in front of my face.
Okay.
Son, check that.
Chat. We about to change, and then we got something for Juice.
Yeah. He ain't playing with him. He's not playing with him at all. He ain't playing with him. I don't blame him. Let's go.
What happens when someone who has been used for views since they were 10 years old grows up? Piper Raquel has officially announced that she has turned 18, and what we are about to see is the unfolding events of years and years of mistreatment and horror. Her mom has set up everything waiting for this day to come.
Most of us know about Piper by now. She's taken TikTok by storm. While most people fall off to say it quite simply, by losing lots of views and relevancy in about a year, she has managed to stay completely relevant over a decade now. And how she does it isn't exactly as simple and right as it may seem. It's actually a lot more dark and disturbing than we could have thought. So recently, new information has dropped about Piper and really her entire situation. So in this video, I thought we would get into it. I'm gonna give a quick heads up. I will be walking around terms that could get this video taken down. The last time I talked about her, my video was taken down. So I have to be really careful. I'm sorry if it is annoying. It's not like my normal videos, but we have to be extra careful because we are covering a very sensitive topic. But first, a quick announcement. Due to our good sales in our shirts and t-shirts, we have been able to donate $500 to Mustafa's GoFundMe. Check out a series going on, and recently he has talked in a stream about how people have reached out to him saying that Piper may not be safe and Piper may be in a bad situation, which I feel like isn't the worst thing to say because I mean it's kind of obvious that she has been, I can't even say the word, but you know what, by her mom since she was very, very young. But of course his reaction was to go on about how her house looks nice and safe, so she must be fine, which is really funny to me, but whatever. Let's move on to some more serious clips, not regarding people like him.
Hey guys, this is my take on Piper Raquel, and it's not a hot one. Okay, as a teenage girl, I have been the same age as her whole life. When she was 13, I was 13, 14, I was 14, and so on. The way that she was acting and dressing at 16 is the way that most of the girls I know, and including myself, were dressing and acting, and I don't think it's crazy. And I feel like I'm not really seeing a lot of teenage girls talking about this.
The main reason Piper has been discussed recently so lately is because she's filmed a lot of TikToks at the P house and hinted at her favorite person and who she wants to become, and you guessed it, Sophie Rain. And as most of you know, Sophie Rain makes OF content. She makes content for adults, adult content.
Okay, so if you guys didn't know, this was a teen TikTok star. Started out when she was a kid. They had a whole house that her mom and the other mom rented, and these kids all stayed there. And the moms forced them to create content every single day so they would be famous. And the moms had a way of over-actualizing so people will tune in. They knew that PDF aisles were tuning into these videos. And matter of fact, the moms encourage it. They encourage relationship storylines in these videos. They encourage the girls to dress risky, the guys to show off a little bit, especially when they started getting older. Now, this little girl is in the Bop House, which, if you guys didn't know what the Bop House is, it's got bops. Self-explanatory, right? Just turned 18 years old in the Bop House. You know, there was a secret OF that apparently that was made. We're going to find out more about that now, but this is kind of disgusting.
You know what I mean? Most of us, I don't feel like this needs to be explained. Piper has grown up making content on YouTube a lot, you know, like the YouTube challenges and stuff. She makes TikTok. She makes pretty simple content, dancing content, nothing crazy, but she's hinted at wanting to join the house and it being a dream. This could be a publicity stunt. I'm not going to lie, because Piper does do a lot of these, and I'm not coming at her when I say this. I don't sound like it. Obviously, for obvious reasons, it is not her fault, but I'm just stating a fact that a lot of the things she does are very, very staged, so this could be another way to try to get some attention. Recently, obviously, the TikToker Piper has filmed a lot of different videos with Sophie, and as you know, that's like the #1 way that Sophie has gotten very popular, is she has been the #1 person that has been like followed. I don't know how to say this without getting this video taken down. Obviously, no shade to her at all. I mean, get your bag, girl, however you want to get it, but do that when you are an adult. And when you see someone this young talking about this type of stuff, it does make a lot of people nervous, and a lot of people are kind of annoyed. They're like, yeah, she's not 1/8 yet, so she should not be with these people making these jokes. It just simply is not appropriate.
After Piper collabed with Sophie Ring and some of the members, it has been brought to our attention that Piper's mom has a page made for Piper that is kind of similar to this video is only to advocate and bring awareness. Apparently, it's been happening for the last 2 years, so 15.
And I know what some are going to say, oh, she just filmed some dancing videos at first. Like, yeah, I get it. You run into some influencers. A lot of them do have that type of content because that is another way to make money. It's another strategy. TikTok videos alone don't always make a ton. It's another way to make money. Fair. But she didn't just do that. As you can see, this girl is going to get into more of a deep dive of really what this has been amplifying. And she has also made a bunch of different TikToks where she talks about how Sophie is her biggest inspiration and how she really just wants to be here and how much she wants to join it and stuff. And it just has been weirding people out a little bit because it seems like she's just so excited and at such a young age to do something like this. And it's something that you should really think about when you're a bit more mature.
So 15 linked to something similar to where there's 3 tiers that you can purchase, $100, $35, and I forgot the last one. And there's over 16,000 pictures. I am sick to my stomach because when I look at Piper, I think that she's really sweet, young, you know, still growing, maturing. And I just cannot believe a parent would put their child in that situation.
If you are okay with that being a thing when she is not 1 to the 8, you are definitely not right in the head. This girl has a great point by calling this out. I remember hearing about this from other TikTokers, but I finally found a TikTok that really breaks it down. It is sad, but we have to face it that there are parents out there. There are a lot of them that simply don't have like a soul. They don't have feelings. They don't care. All they see is money and clout. They don't care about their kids' well-being. So we must learn that like there needs to be more restrictions on these type of apps where you just can't do this type of stuff and get away with it like this.
When the whole page is managed by the parent. Piper, if you see this video, I hope you're doing okay.
A lot of people on TikTok gave really great commentaries on this situation, so I thought we'd go through quite a few in this video because everyone offers a really, really good perspective, and there are some other situations we need to get into.
I'm unfortunately back in the Piper Roquel situation that we already knew was bad is actually 100 times worse than we thought it was. I had a 5-hour-long conversation today with somebody who is extremely close to Piper and her mom, or used to be, should I say. No, this isn't what you want to hear, but they weren't comfortable with me saying who they are, and I think that this is a situation where we have to respect that. However, there are some stories that were told to me today. Obviously, it was a 5-hour-long conversation. I have a list of like specifics that they are writing out, so tomorrow I am probably going to break your mind. However, you can also imagine why I'm probably back is because of course there was another page that was made by Piper's mother again. Together we got I think 6 of them taken down yesterday, so this is number 7. One thing that I've noticed is that every single exclusive page that is being made, they all seem to run through PayPal, and I don't want to keep playing this game with Tiffany. I'm over it and we're all over it. So I think that the best and most easy logical way is to just mass report the PayPal.
Even the thought that they allegedly keep getting taken down and the mom keeps putting them back up shows how pathetic do you have to be at this point? Like, she is so pathetic for that money. Let's be honest. If this were to be the worst of the worst, what we think it is, or what it's going to be, you get the idea? Like, let's be honest. She's going to be getting some of that money. She's getting a lot of stuff out of this. It just is really disgusting and sad. How hard is it to not do this to your kid? Like, she's your kid.
We're talking about millions of dollars here.
Everything is running through. That way she can't keep making new pages. The profile picture is suggestive and I feel weird not covering it, but this is the username is Piper Roquel 510. And then if you click right here, report this link, you can report the entire account. I'm also, as you can imagine, blocked on literally everything. Tiffany is not a fan of me, but I know you're watching this. I'm not a fan of you either. Fuck you, you're gross. The only reason that I have been able to still be able to make these videos is because of the comments, DMs, tags, and things that you guys have been sending me.
And obviously the mom is like, she's not going to take accountability at this point. It's very, very obvious. She may be in denial. Who knows at this point, which she's in, but there's obviously no excuse. I know that recently some of you guys have heard about that documentary. It's not super recent, but it came out a little while ago as a whole situation. And I remember Piper was making TikToks about how she like didn't like it. It made her feel uncomfortable. And I can see that because it's kind of your personal stuff, but it was all about the mom. I remember I didn't get to watch it because I don't have Netflix, but if one of you guys did watch it, please comment what you thought about it. Was it good or was it bad? Because I never got the chance to watch it.
So I watched the Netflix documentary, you know, with some friends, and we all said the same thing. You should never allow your kids or make your kids do these types of things. Not for fame, not for money, not for any reason. You know, there's a couple other videos that I wanted to play for you guys about this situation and other situations of other child creators these people are the reason why YouTube changed all of their rules and guidelines. They've gotten sued multiple times by different organizations about this type of thing. That is why the 4Kids thing became a thing for YouTube. Now you can't just make videos anymore. You got to make them. You got to just designate them and say if they're 4Kids or not. If they're 4Kids, the comment section's turned off, and you know there's lots of stuff that goes on if you make a video that's designed for children. Well, she was making videos that were designed for kids. Now they're not. Her mother is making these spicy pages using her daughter's pictures, 16,000 photos before she was 18. That's ridiculous. And people were buying it. It's disgusting. You know, I'm gonna get off of this because once again, I'm disgusted by how people just cannot just be adults and not be nasty, disgusting pervert ones. And I'm gonna have to go ahead and get off the Piper Raquel story. There's a documentary on Netflix that talks about this. If you guys would be so gracious to watch the video if you want to know what's going on, because I will be reporting lots of this because this is ridiculous, and I'm not gonna allow this to be a part of it. Let's go to our random video of the day, guys. Dark side. So let's see what this random video says. We'll check it out. I don't know. Never saw it before. So let's go and do it together.
There's no way to say this and not come off cocky, so forgive me, but I feel like I've mastered being a content creator. And I want to tell you every failure I've made as a content creator to get me to the point where I can confidently say that. And even if this app went away or every other social media that we know today went away, I still know I'd be successful on any new platform that we create after that. So I just want to run over every failure that gave me the confidence to have that verbiage. And I'm telling you with the goal of hopefully you leave something with this and you have another strength to add to your creator resume. The number one mistake that I did in the beginning was not knowing my worth. And is mistake even the correct term for something like that? I don't know. But I did not know my worth in the beginning. So I genuinely just accepted straight, free, unpaid collaborations, unpaid sponsorships, genuinely for so long. I would accept them every single day. And as a creator, especially once you start growing, and especially, well, really only if you have your email in your bio, which you always should have, you'll get so many brands reach out. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm literally cashing in money. A lot of these brands just want to use you and they don't want to actually give you money. They want you to work for free and they want to milk every ounce of creativity out of you, steal it, repurpose it, so on and so forth. I worked with those type of brands because I was just like, oh, well, I should be grateful that I'm getting any type of collaborations in the first place. So I didn't think I was worth any money. I didn't think I was worth being paid for my time yet, even though I had already studied creator things for years. Just because you're a beginner doesn't mean that you're not valuable. And I wish I valued myself more starting out. The second mistake I did was letting social media consume me. I still make this mistake here and there, but not to the extent it used to be whatsoever. The first time I had a video blow up and it got a negative reaction, it was a fashion video and people didn't like my fashion take. So literally thousands of people started roasting me and people made stitches and duets making fun of me that got the maximum 100,000 likes and hundreds of comments making fun of me. And this happened when I was 20 years old. So 3 years ago. And understandably, I was very vulnerable. I was a college student. I already was going through a lot outside of social media. So I let that consume me. I remember the original post I made had 900 comments. I read through each one of the 900 comments individually in one sitting. And mind you, most of them were negative things about me, my body, my personality, and literally people just making up things about me at some point. Now, when I get negative comments, because that is something that you can't prevent, I use it to leverage more views and engagement on my page, sometimes by responding to the video, responding sarcastically, or just bouncing off of them to get more creative ideas. If only I had known from the beginning that negativity is just an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to make something out of it. I would have been in a much better place mentally if I knew that. The next mistake I made was not understanding the value of discipline and letting that lack of knowledge take over my life in a negative way. If you want to work for yourself
we know, Ray,
in
you
any
good
capacity, whether you are just a small business
Go set it
owner
for me.
making, let's say, cups on Etsy, or you're an influencer on social media, you need to have discipline for your craft. And what I mean by discipline is majority of that being setting a schedule or setting a plan or goals and actually sticking to that. I used to not have any schedule, any to-do list. I would just wake up, do work that I saw that I needed to be done, from unanswered emails, videos that I could have edited and posted already. And I just did what I visually saw needed to be done until I couldn't work anymore that day and went to sleep. By doing this and not really keeping track of everything I was doing on a daily basis, I had no idea how much I was accomplishing. I had no idea how productive or unproductive I was being. And I ended up doing things with a lot less intention because I didn't put a lot of intention behind the action in the first place. I genuinely would wake up, roll over to the side of my bed where my phone was, and instantly start answering emails, editing videos, and posting it. I didn't give myself any time to sit and brain dump my ideas, think about the ways that I wanted to respond to those emails, or think about how to edit those videos to get the most engagement. So what resulted was low quality in all of my performance. Now I start my daily routine off with intention. So my work that I do that day.
So we've gotten pretty much everything that she wanted to say about it. It was a rather slow, random video of the day. Thank you. Her name is Queen Tay BTS. Thank you, Queen Tay BTS, for your contribution to the Tez Down show today. So it's time for chat Q&A, y'all. I'm in here for chat Q&A. That's when I answer a question from the audience and decide what, whatever it may be. Sometimes I'll answer, sometimes I won't. Usually I do. So if you guys got anything for me, go ahead and lay it out in the chat. I'll be chill for a second, and then we can get on the board doing that.
Okay, break the window and take her out.
I'm waiting. I'm in here waiting. So story time is over. Well, looks like we're not going to have a chat question today, which is fine by me. That means I get to talk. So, chat, one of the things that I'm going to say is when it comes to content creation, please make sure that everything that you do, it serves a purpose. Please make sure that your content that you're creating, it serves a purpose. Please make sure that the things that you're doing while creating content, they serve a purpose. And if you were to ask me, do I think that I serve a purpose? I think I do. I think that I have created a space where people can have an open dialogue of opposing opinions or the same opinion but reach a new height with that opinion. I like to search for the answers. I don't just want to throw around ideas all day. I like to search for the answers and find out what are the real reasons why these things are happening, what are the real reasons why we're doing them, and what are the real effects that it has on us at long term. So, aside from that, I got to say, you got to protect yourself. Protect yourself when you're doing content creation, but also know that if you're coming up with stuff that is baloney, then you're going to get called out on it. If you're making grand gestures for attention, you're going to get called out on it. If you're putting together a lot of false narratives, you're going to get called out on it. I do like to research some of the things that we talk about or the people that we have on, aside from the random reactions that we have. But I do that so that it doesn't have any blowback on me. Because yes, you can get sued for defamation for making a YouTube video. Yes, you can get sued for defamation for making a TikTok video, a Twitch video, a Rumble video, or any other platform that comes out this week for you to post the things that you want to post. With that being said, you guys go over and check out our constituents, the No Middleman podcast. That's Classic Codes, Soft Rain, and Uncle Plug, and Souls of Thought. Go check it out. Last night's No Middleman podcast was awesome. We all appeared on the show last night, and I think that we were able to work through some things that we needed to work through. And I think that at the end of this, I want to show you guys something fun. Let's show you guys something fun today. I think that you guys will enjoy what I'm enjoying right now. Let's get in here so you guys can see this, because I got fried. I got fried the other day. Sunday was such a rough day for me, and not just because my teams were getting their butts kicked on national television, but because I had a lot going on Sunday, and it wasn't the smoothest day. And sometimes in life we have to take the good with the bad. I haven't necessarily been getting all the things out of this life that I'm living that I would like to get out of it. Whether it be almost me ignoring my entire birthday. I was not live for it. You guys did not see me last Sunday. And I spent the bulk of the week trying to make sure that I didn't show the pain that I was feeling in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I don't believe that being a bleeding heart works very well for men like me. Maybe some other men, but not men like me. I think that it actually makes us worse. I think that we have to go into ourselves and, reach out to the proper channels if need be. But more importantly, I feel like most of the time we should probably just keep it to ourselves until we can work it out. I think that's the way to go about doing it. I'm going to show y'all this. I'm trying to log into it right now so y'all can see it. But y'all gonna see this. Guaranteed. Y'all gonna see this. Yeah, let's do this a different way. Let's do this a different way altogether. There we go. This is the way that it's going to get done today. Cortez, are you using this for your content? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I deserve it. I deserve to use this for my content, and y'all deserve to see it. Y'all deserve to see it. I want y'all to see what happens when you mess with me. Don't mess with me ever. Never mess with me. Oh, don't go nowhere yet, Soft Rain. We got a public flogging that we about to have right now. We got a public flogging. I'm about to do this to that man. All right. So as you guys can see, I once again have been victorious in our fantasy league. I have been victorious. It was a rough week as far as football goes, and I did not think that I was going to win. If I thought this week was going to be my week to lose, mostly because my team has a lot of injuries and a suspended cousin. So my cousin suspended, he'll be back. But as you guys can see, out. Guys are injured. Let's read the recap for everyone in attendance. The recap says, We the Ones leaves #sick in the dust with an A+ performance. In a thrilling Week 7 showdown, We the Ones emerged victorious with a score of 981 and 20, leaving Sick trailing at 958.90. The win was sealed on Monday, proving that sometimes it pays to wait until the last minute. Just like cramming for finals, with an A+ grade, We the Ones clearly studied hard, while making Sick might need to consider some summer school. We the Ones' best player was Justin Herbert. Straight up dog, was nothing short of a superstar, demolishing their projection with a jaw-dropping 314.2 points. Meanwhile, Chamery Connor must have been on a coffee break. He only scored 8 points, guys, and he was a backup anyway. Let's keep it 100. And failing to meet your projection. Over on Sick, Malik Washington did manage to shine with a decent 108 points, but Drake London must have been playing a different sport, only scoring 26.4. We the Ones sitting comfortably at 5-2 record and in third place. Technically, I'm in second, but I'm in the same division as the number one guy, which is Classic right now. He made the league. It is fair, but he made it. They seem to be on a roll, while Sick is just stuck in the mud at 2-5 and in ninth place. It's almost like watching a gazelle outrun a tortoise, just without the cute wildlife documentary. Can Sick ever catch a break? I don't think so. Or are they destined for the bottom of the standings? They will remain at the bottom of the standings, especially if they have to play me again. Next week, We the Ones will face Tampa Trip, which could either be a cakewalk or recipe for disaster. What time is that? Uncle Plug, that means you are on the hot seat right now. And I'm sorry, my fellow Tampa fan brother, but I got to beat you too. Which could either be a cakewalk or recipe for disaster. Who knows? As for Sick, they'll be up against missile puzzling pieces. Let me tell you, missing puzzle pieces, nobody to scoff at. My advice, Sick should probably try to score more than 26 points next time. And We the Ones should keep doing whatever they're doing because it's clearly working, and we ain't going to stop doing it. No, we're not. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going. Sebastian Walkdown, which is Classic at the top, with the highest scoring point total of the week, 1,185.70. Missing Puzzle Piece had a really, really bad game, but she'll get back on it. Justin Herbert and Mike Evans had no points because he got injured. So, I mean, do we have it in here? I think we do. I think we need to read the receipts, just like I said I was going to. I said I was going to do this, and so I'm doing it. I said I was going to do this, and I'm doing it because you did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. I did not do this to you. You did this to yourself. I gave you the opportunity to leave me the heck alone, and you chose against it. So let's just go back. Let's just go back to where it's going on here. So I get the message earlier that says, Cortez, this is over. You had a good start to the season, though. Obviously, Classic thinks it's hilarious and he's eating his popcorn. Sick thinks it's funny, too. So other people are making moves in the middle of this. And I say, honestly, the truth of the whole matter. The truth of the whole matter is you're going to have to beat me. A few injuries are not going to derail me. Might slow down my dominance. Slowed, but did not stop. Enjoy it while you can. You're still chasing me in the win column, though, so I relax on the premature coronation. That's a classic code for you. That's a code language, premature coronation. We're going to use that one for the rest of the season, guys. Premature coronation. That's what happens when you talk shit to Tez before you actually win. All I hear is excuses. I'm going to be one game behind you. You got to start winning again, my boy. Acknowledge me. I am the tribal chief. Me. I'm the tribal chief. I don't see nobody taking my Ulafala. Ain't nobody. I'm the tribal chief. I'm the tribal chief. Me. I'm the tribal chief. I said, well, clean those ears out, my boy. No excuses here. 7 injuries and 1 suspension is not the end of the road for us. We the ones. And you still need a couple of weeks to catch up, even if you manage to win this week. This stuff is over, gang. I'm top 3 in the league in scoring. Every time somebody writes me off in this life, They find out why I didn't write back. I'm built for adversity. I overcome it every time. Brother thinks he's Shakespeare. Hold this L, my boy. Enjoy your Sunday. I said, no, I'm Tez. This is all day long. Hence the 2-4. All day long. You got to be 24 hours. You need the whole day. You need all of it. Remember that this has some other connotations, okay? BTA to me. BTA to me. I said receipts will be given. Humble Tez has left the building. The One has entered. And if you know me, you know that The One has been my alter ego for well over 25 years. Well over 25 years. I've been calling myself this since I was like 4 years old. You know why? Because the alter ego is the guy that doesn't have to be humble. The alter ego is the guy that's probably not very nice. The alter ego is the guy that won me championships in between the white lines. That guy. He's here in front of you right now. So yeah, the humble host is gone. He said, you finna lose. Look forward to next week. Acknowledge me. I'm the one. Now you're besmirching my name. You cannot besmirch my name. I'm acknowledging that you can score all you want, and you can still enter week 7 at 2-4 against me, which puts you in a bad spot. He said, I'm finna leave out 3-4. Funny how life works. I said, I still have more wins than you after losing, so it's not just funny, it's hilarious. He said, sit tight. I said, none tighter. We'll have the same record at the end of next week. I said, we won't, but I'm not a wizard or a fortune teller. I just play the hand that's dealt to the best of my ability. I'm still not being a real big jerk yet. Yeah. BTA. That's the second time you talked about my rear end getting smacked with something. Come on now. I said, hope that belt is tougher than this hide is, or it's going to be a long day for the one swinging it. And as we can see down in this chat, that belt hand must have got tired because it got quieter than the church mice. Yes, we took some licks. Yes, we took some welts. Yes, we got knocked down once or twice, but we didn't stay down. You got to go all 10 rounds with me. We got stamina. Yes, I said that word the way that I did. Stamina. Look it up. I'm finna finish watching my Colts beat these Chargers. That did happen. He said, I won this week, but I ain't got to speak no more. Don't worry. You're not going to want to talk in a little bit. Absolutely makes the game sweeter, and I'm inevitable. I'm inevitable all day long. CB. I said it. I'm inevitable. I'm inevitable. Time stamped. Ain't none of this edited. You can't edit nothing in this chat. Time stamped. You lost, brother. Try again next week. I said, we're all right. Classic said, chill. He said, I whoop both of y'all. Everybody relax. He told Classic that his butt whooping was next. I said, humbly, the lords of football have shined brightly on me in this life. I have humbly won and graciously accepted defeat. We love a little adversity mid-season. He said, you can keep that humble stuff. Oh, thank you. Unleash me. Oh, I already told you the humble was out the door, man. You just worry about getting above 500. Until then, enjoy your moral victory. Enjoy your moral victory. And that's all it was a moral victory, because you surely weren't beating me. I'll be above 500 after week 9. That's a nice, hopeful wish to have, man. Yes, it is. You worry about coming up some more wins. It's looking rough for you. I said, everyone will be healthy by then and we will be fine. You better hope so. Acknowledge me. Again, besmirching my name? No. No need to hope that the body heals. You haven't even won yet, so I decline the option of acknowledging you. No, it's over. More obviously, Soul's Thoughts said we get it. I said, you went in on the A side, and I'll make you beat me. I'm not acknowledging anything. I'll see you Monday night. Classic thinks it's hilarious because he knows what's coming next. He knows what's coming next. We the ones. We the ones. Do I or do I not currently have a pulse? Yes, I do. Let's play football. Classic noticed. Damn, Tez. He about to do it to you. Again, it's time stamped. Do I or do I not currently have a pulse? Yes, I do. Let's play football. Classic. We have a dogfight, no Vic. I say, you mean a dog walk in. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. Lisa, it says, Lisa got all her brain cells, yo. Lisa said, it's the plot thickens. It's getting sticky. So, obviously, Classic laughing. I said, Lisa got all her brain cells, as usual. Classic said, hey, yay, where you at? This man talked trash for 46 messages, and now he's quiet. Yay, where you at, my boy? You got some explaining to do. I don't know. He's missing, y'all. Somebody put an APB out on him. Lisa said, dang. It was True Crime Monday, y'all. Did y'all not pay attention to it yesterday? It was True Crime Monday yesterday. It was True Crime Monday. So we had to go ahead and commit ours. And that was stealing a win from this dude when we didn't think it was going to be possible. Dang, Yay disappeared from the chat. Weekly recap came up. He still ain't came back to the chat, y'all. He still ain't came back. He ain't gonna be back in the chat till Thursday, and even then, he probably gonna be quiet as a church mouse. He's still gonna be quiet as a church mouse. Most likely. Let's go back to the overview. Again. You lost. You are now 2-5. I have the reverse record of 5-2. The next time that you think that I'm going to sit back idly and be the nice guy that I normally am, I want you to take a look at this ass whooping that the tribal chief gave you. After you talked all of that smack and you wanted me to not be humble because you was whooping on me, I put the rest of the league back on notice. The same way as you found out. You write me off, I don't write back. I'm built for adversity. I was born in adversity. I overcome adversity each and every time. This was nothing. I haven't even done my worst yet. And just be glad that this is as bad as it got. Because I had 3 guys on offense that didn't even have an offensive snap. And I still beat you. I beat you with guys I found on the bottom of the free agent list. In the bin, some might say. Make sure y'all check out the bin podcast. The bin podcast network is going live right now. So when you get out of here, make sure you show the bin podcast network some love. But I'm going to say it one more time before I put them back in the box. Next to that body that we allegedly caught last night. I will dog walk you. I will dog walk anybody in this league when I'm given a chance to do so, especially if you try to count me out. Take a note from Classic. Classic talked his smack, and Classic left it alone. Classic knew if he was going to beat me, then he didn't have to do no more talking. He knew it. Now you just found out. Why Tez is the one. Why you just got Tez downed. I'm going to come around a little bit later on after, maybe I'll take you back to the dog park again with no leash because it was simple. It was easy. Come here, boy. This isn't personal. This is not personal at all. You asked for the other guy. He's right here. Don't worry. I'm going to put him back in his cage because he is not good for the public. So let me just hold on really quick. Welcome back to the Tez Down Podcast. I am Tez24. This has been a good 24. Make sure you check out my constituents again. I will catch you in another 24 for Sports Unscripted, Culture Unfiltered.